Hi everyone, welcome to our latest video. Really pleased to be able to show you today this really lovely Triumph Street Triple 675. Now this particular bike is a 2011 11 plate and she's covered 13,600 miles from new. And I think it's fair to say it's a real credit to its former keepers. It's an absolutely lovely, very well maintained and clean bike, and really good value, I think, the Street Triples. I mean, MCN described them as one of the best handling bikes money can buy. So if you're in the market for a middleweight naked bike, then look no further. Now this particular bike is the last of the underseat exhaust models, and you'll see that she's fitted with the what I consider to be obligatory Arrow underseat cans, which not only look fantastic, they are so considerably lighter than the standard exhaust. It's unbelievable, but they sound really nice. And as I say, Arrows and Triumph is a little bit like strawberries and cream, they just go together. So this is one of the last of the underseat exhaust models before they went to the very marginally more powerful side mounted exhaust. But as you'll see, being one of the last of the underseat models, we have the facelift headlights, and that's basically the front end that you would have seen on all 675 Street Triples until they're changed to the more recent 765. And as I think you'll agree when I do some close-ups, she really is a lovely, clean, and as I say, well maintained bike. Now those of you that know your Triumphs, the most obvious and striking thing about this bike is the colour of the wheels. The wheels have actually been powder coated, and I have to say they've been done really well. The wheels have been powder coated in a cherry red. Now I can't actually tell you what the colour code is or where that colour came from, but it just works really well on this bike. The previous wheels would have been standard Triumph, sort of almost like a matte black. But these just add a little something to the bike visually. I think the black wheels against the white bodywork was just a little bit dull. So these look really nice, and as I say, they've been done extremely well. And as you'll also see, we've got a belly pan fitted, and not only the standard Triumph fly screen, but also this slightly larger Perspex air deflector as well, which I have to say, having ridden the bike, does make quite some difference actually. You'll also see we've got a Street Triple radiator guard from Beowulf, just to protect the radiator from stones and debris, and it looks quite cool as well, I think. So again, doing some close-ups, you can see there's no marks or scratches on the tank or anything like that. A couple of little flies, but we'll chuck them in free of charge, of course. But also, we've actually got some stone guard, chip guard protector. It may not show up particularly well on the video, but the front edge of the tank there, which is prone to stone chipping, that's been protected by chip guard. And we've also got the chip guard again, not sure if you'll see it on the video. I'll try and sort of draw a line around it with my finger. Around this section of the tank here, just where your knee rubs on the tank, so it means you can grip the tank with your leathers on without fear of rubbing the paint off. So that's quite a nice addition, and obviously that can be taken off and renewed, or indeed you could go over it with stomp grip if you chose. And again, all the painted surfaces are all largely blemish free. No scratches or dings or dents, and actually the fork legs are in really good order as well. I mean, bearing in mind 13,600 miles is no miles at all really for a bike that's now 8 years old, but we always like to do these close-ups just so you can get an idea of what you're looking at really. Really nice clean brake calipers. You notice that because this is a shall we say a standard Street Triple 675, this is not the R model, so we don't have the radial mounted brake calipers, but I have to say these 4-piston stoppers are still pretty handy, and unless you're riding at 9/10 everywhere, or you're into track days, I'm not sure too many of you will notice a huge amount of difference in the braking. Again, some close-ups on the left-hand side of the engine case. Just really nice. No paint flaking or any sort of significant scuffs, or there's certainly no signs of this bike ever being anything other than upright, which is always a bonus. You'll also see that we ourselves have just fitted a brand new chain and sprockets. So a black JT sprocket there and a gold DID chain, for no other reasons than aesthetics really. Whilst the bike's been well maintained, the chain was just showing some signs of surface rust, and those of you that know me at Essex Motorcycles will know that we pride ourselves in the attention to detail and the preparation of our bikes. So new chain and sprockets, and while we're on the subject of preparation, she's also undergone a full service by ourselves, which included engine oil and filter, coolant flush, spark plugs, valve clearance check, new air filter, and brake fluids. I'll just do some close-ups on the right hand side of the engine, and again you'll see absolutely blemish free. For being really fussy, there's just a small crack there in the belly pan where somebody's previously over tightened that bolt, but I don't think that detracts from the overall look of the bike, and certainly doesn't cause any problems. And again, you might just be able to make out there the chip guard. Even the rear shock is nice and clean. Not perfect, obviously it's done 13,500 miles, but there's no rust on the spring. And again, the swing arm is absolutely unmarked. So once again, you'll notice that we've got these Arrow exhausts, and we'll start her up for you in a moment. You'll see that they're currently fitted with the baffles. As you'll see, there's just a spring circlip in each of those if you did want to take the baffles out. And also we've got the standard seat, so no pillion cover on this one, because this bike's fitted with a pillion grab rail. So ideal for those of you that like to ride two up, whether permanently or just every now and then. And again, show you in that rear shock from the left hand side of the bike. Okay, we'll just start her up for you. So this bike's also fitted with a data tool alarm. We've got 2 keys and 2 alarm fobs, you'll be pleased to hear. So just press the grey button to deactivate. You see the needle do its sweep, carrying out its self-check. And you probably just saw the strange thing about Triumphs, I've never quite got my head around it, but the mileage literally flashes up temporarily when you first start it, but you may have just seen that at 13,600 miles. And you'll have to excuse the camera just for a second while we pull the clutch in and start her. And as is always the case, all our bikes are started from cold, so you can hear exactly what they sound like from completely cold. So you can probably hear that traditional 3-cylinder whistle that you get from all Triumph triples. It's a lovely sounding engine, I have to say, and accentuated by those Arrow cans. And that 3-cylinder engine puts out just under 97 horsepower. So it's not race winning performance, but I have to say the street triple is not really about going fast in a straight line, it's about carving through the twisties. Just under 100 horsepower is more than ample for a road bike, but what it may lack in outright brake horsepower, it certainly makes up for in handling. And I do think a street triple in the right hands could certainly worry some litre sports bikes around the twisty sections, that's for sure. So just give the throttle a bit for you now she's warmed up a little bit so you can hear those Arrow exhausts. Lovely. So there you have it, that's what a Triumph Street Triple 675 with Arrow exhaust sounds like. And just to confirm, this bike's a full service history. She's previously had 4 stamps in the service book, plus the major service just carried out by ourselves. So full service history with 5 stamps, major service just carried out with chain and sprockets. She's covered 13,600 miles, fitted with Arrow exhausts, belly pan and fly screen, data tool alarm, and this bike's available at 4295. I hope you enjoyed the video.